when Mary Magdalene incarnated, like her legacy and mission was to totally awaken women to their power, to totally, radically resurrect the feminine Christ consciousness within the humanity. And this is what she's been doing alongside of Jesus, literally doing exorcism from the feminine body of all of the imprints, of all of the demonic entities, everything that women had within their body, had within their wombs attached after so many years of oppression, rape and killings, persecutions. So her diamond white light legacy and like she of 1,000 angels, that angelic love and presence was about healing the feminine and resurrecting the divine feminine consciousness on this planet. Similar way how we study in this mystery school through the various lineages and through the various key codes and ascended masters, that's exactly how they studied. They weren't just passed down through the one singular lineage. She was priestess of Isis and Hathor. She was a priestess of Sekhmet, which is as well within those lineages, but Sekhmet stands as on her own feet, stands alone, you know, the lioness goddess, Egyptian lioness goddess, feminine body lion's head. She's kind of like the Kalima energy. So it's a Sekhmet, Kalima, Inanna, Lilith, they all carry this much more ferocious energy of feminine, you know. So they can be called sometimes the dark goddess or black Madonna, because it's a different face of the feminine, not just like, you know, the Virgin Mary that we used to, that this is what feminine is, but it's this fierce lioness, like the one that slays the demons, the ones that chops the heads off, you know, for the justice, the ones that will give life and devour it if needed. So it's that aspect of the feminine that is fierce and divine at the same time. And it's that aspect of feminine that is so terrifying to the masculine. Is that aspect of the feminine, because it is the dark feminine. Doesn't mean bad. Dark feminine means is that black womb. It's untamed, it's uncontainable, it's uncontrollable. When woman awakens that aspect of her consciousness, of herself, when she comes into direct connection to her primordial, that almost instinctual animal-like self, you will never be able to control that woman. She's like beyond, you know, patriarchal grip of any sort of manipulation, control, distortion, illusion. She's laser sharp. She sees beyond, and is that kind of feminine as well that will protect life fiercely. The kind of society, for example, right now that we live in, and we see what happens to the earth, the pillaging, the extraction, the constant take and destroy the resources, constant race for power. Wild feminine, it protects everything. Mary Magdalene, she was embodying that aspect of the feminine. She had that deep connection to that what we would call dark feminine. But not dark as in a bad, like I said before. Dark as in that deep, ferocious, black womb of nothing energy. That untamable, uncontrollable energy. So she was a high priestess as well of Kali and of Sekhmet, and been trained in temples of Inanna as well. So she, this exceptional teacher to help us to connect to that exact energy that feminine is being demonized for and persecuted for. Like the witch hunts would be a perfect example. This is what feminine would be persecuted for, because that energy was so deeply misunderstood and as well so uncontrollable, untamable, that the only way to control it would be to destroy her. to eradicate her, to make her be scared of her own power, to be terrified of her own power to the point where she disconnects from it. So this is when, as well, when we start working with Mary Magdalene, she brings us deep into our sensual and sexual energy, into start working with this fountain of life and start learning how to channel this energy, how to connect to this energy, how to connect to this feminine power in our body, how to open this lotus flower within our bodies as a direct connection to the source consciousness, as a direct portal. It's like a Pandora box, you know, opening up this part of our body, and how much we store, but a lot of the time it's like we think it's too much grief, it's too much sadness, it's too much memories, it's too much this, that, and the other stories. But there is equally all the gifts and all the treasures that are as well are there. So it's like when we willing to simply be present here, the stories start falling away, absorbed, it's a conditioning, it's beliefs, it's not ours to carry, never has been. And actually, what is the truth and what are the deeper mysteries, and that are desperate to come online, you know, to become alive and fully awakened